Good morning, students. Students, today we will start with a new lesson in history. The name of the lesson is the Maratha War of Independence. Now, to remember that this war lasted for around 27 years. The war had started in 1680 and it ended in 1707. So, let's move further. After the death of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the Marathas fought with great valor with the Mughals under the leadership of Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj and Maharani Tarabai to protect the Swaraj. So after the death of Shivaji Maharaj, who took over? Who took care of Swaraj? They were Sambhaji Maharaj, Rajaram Maharaj and Maharani Tarabai. They took over to protect the Swaraj. This long war that lasted for 27 years is called the Maratha War of Independence. In 1682 CE, Emperor Aurangzeb himself led the invasion of South. Even then, despite enormous difficulties, the Marathas emerged victorious in this struggle. This war is an exciting and glorious period in the history of India. Now, as we seen, Shivaji Maharaj had died, but then too, these three of them were taking over Swaraj and they had emerged victorious in this struggle. So, we'll see further in the chapter. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. Sambhaji Maharaj was the eldest son of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. He was born on 14th May 1657 on the Purandar fort. After Shivaji Maharaj, he became the Chhatrapati. That means he took over Swaraj. At this time, the Marathas were battling against the Mughals. They were fighting against the Mughals. During the same period, Emperor Aurangzeb's son, Shahjahad Akbar, rebelled against his father. The emperor crushed his rebellion. Then Akbar came to the Deccan to take shelter with Sambhaji Maharaj. Then the emperor himself descended on the south in 1682 CE to vanquish Akbar. That means to defeat Akbar. He had with him a huge army and a powerful artillery. So he had lots of people with him as well as he had lots of weapons, guns with him. He asked the Siddhi of Janjira to undertake an expedition against the Marathas. He also won the Portuguese to his side. Now, the reign of Sambhaji Maharaj marks the first chapter of the Maratha War of Independence. So, Sambhaji Maharaj started fighting wars from this chapter. Shivaji Maharaj had given him excellent education in civil administration and military camps. So, Shivaji Maharaj had given good education to his sons that how to fight against the enemies. He had given good training to them. When Sambhaji Maharaj became Chhatrapati, the war with the Mughals became fiercer. It became very violent. Aurangzeb wanted to occupy regions from Kabul to Kanyakumari and create a grand unified Mughal empire. So Aurangzeb wanted to take over everything. His dream was to destroy the Maratha state. So Aurangzeb's dream was to destroy full Marathas, completely using his military and financial prowess. So he wanted to completely destroy the Marathas because he thought that Shivaji Maharaj is dead now, I will take over everything. But Sambhaji Maharaj shattered his dreams with his bravery and military skills. Though the emperor's general tried very hard for a long time, they couldn't win the Maratha fort of Ramich near Nasik. Thus, Sambhaji Maharaj's valor brought Aurangzeb to his knees. So, we seen that the first thing what Sambhaji Maharaj, just as the way his father was Shivaji Maharaj, just as Shivaji Maharaj had taught him trained him, the same way he was following. And Aurangzeb thought that he would take over everything. He again was not successful in it. Next, we'll go to the next point, that is campaigns against the city. The city of Janjira used to harass the people in the Maratha territory. Now we all know that Shivaji Maharaj was a person like that he used to also take care of his people. So now Shivaji Maharaj died, so what these Mughals thought that they will harass the people of the Maratha territory, people staying over there. He used to raid, burn and loot the Maratha territory and commit atrocities, do violence. Sabhyasad has described him as a rat in the house. Sambhaji Maharaj started a campaign against him in 1682 CE. His army laid a siege to Siddhi's Dangar Rajpuri fort and battered the fort of Janjira with the artillery. But at the same time, the Mughal army invaded Swaraj. Sambhaji Maharaj had to abandon the Janjira campaign and turn back. Next, we will see about campaigns against the Portuguese. The Portuguese are people from Goa, as you all know. The Portuguese of Goa joined hands with the emperor against Sambhaji Maharaj. So Sambhaji Maharaj decided to teach a lesson to the Portuguese. He attacked the Revdanda fort of the Portuguese in 1683 CE. To encounter this, the Portuguese laid a siege to the Fonda fort of the Marathas on the Goa border. The Marathas broke through the siege and attacked Goa. In this battle, Yeshaji Kanak, as you can see it, his picture in the slide, he showed a great valor. That means he fought with bravery. Next, we'll move on to the next point, that is the end of Adilshahi and Qutubshahi. Aurangzeb did not succeed in his campaign against the Marathas. Therefore, he suspended that campaign. He thought that I will not win, so he suspended it. Then he turned towards the kingdom of Adilshah and Qutubshah and conquered them. The wealth and army of both the kingdoms was now acquired by the Mughals, and it made Aurangzeb even stronger. So Aurangzeb had conquered these two places, that is Adilshah and Qutubshah. So he had got a lot of money and he became a bit stronger. Next, we'll move on to the next point, administration of Sambhaji Maharaj. How did he administer the kingdom? Even though Sambhaji Maharaj was busy fighting on various battle fronts, he did not ignore his administrative responsibility. So where he had to tell people, teach people things, he did not forget about that. He continued the prompt justice and revenue system, which was a characteristic of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's era. So Shivaji Maharaj also was the same way. He used to never forget his people. He severely punished the landlords who harassed common people. Sambhaji Maharaj, he knew Sanskrit and many other languages as well. We seen that Shivaji Maharaj also knew the language to speak. He studied many ancient books on polity and wrote their gist in a book called Buddha Bhushanam. So he even wrote a book. Next, we'll see about the death of Sambhaji Maharaj. How did he die? Aurangzeb was trying very hard to defeat Sambhaji Maharaj. We've seen that. He had placed Mukharb Khan in charge of the Kolhapur province. Mukharb Khan learned that Sambhaji Maharaj was at Sangameshwar in Konkan. He raided the place and captured Sambhaji Maharaj. When Sambhaji Maharaj was taken to the emperor, he faced him fearlessly. He used to face them, he used to not get scared, Sambhaji Maharaj, to face anyone. By the emperor's order, he was brutally put to death on 11th March 1689. So he died on 11th March 1689, Sambhaji Maharaj. The Maratha Chhatrapati did not compromise his self-respect and faced his death nobly and bravely. So he faced his death with bravery. The Marathas took inspiration from his sacrifice. So he sacrificed his death and intensified their fight against the Mughals. Now we'll see about the second son of Shivaji Maharaj. His name is Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj. Rajaram Maharaj was the second son of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. He was born on 24th February 1670 on the fort of Raigad. He became Chhatrapati after the death of Sambhaji Maharaj. So after the death of his brother, he started taking over Swaraj. Now Aurangzeb thought that his dream of winning the Maratha kingdom would be realized. Now what Aurangzeb thought, that Sambhaji Maharaj also died. Now I can overtake the Marathas. He sent Zulfikar Khan to put Raigad under siege. So he wanted now this fort of Raigad. That time Rajaram Maharaj and his wife Maharani Tarabai and Sambhaji Maharaj's wife Maharani Yeshubai and his son Shahu were on Raigad. So these all people were staying in that fort of Raigad. Now it was risky for all members of the royal family to stay at one place. So it was really risky because they had already lost Sambhaji Maharaj and they were all staying in one place. So it was risky for them to stay at one place. It was decided that Rajaram Maharaj should escape from Raigad and if necessary go to a far off place like Jinji. It was decided that the fight to defend Raigad would continue under the leadership of Maharani Yeshubai. So their wives also was fighting with the Mughals or fighting against Aurangzeb. Next we'll see Rajaram Maharaj leaves for Jinji. He moves on to the other place. On 5th April 1689, Rajaram Maharaj escaped from the besieged Raigad with a few of his associates. So with few of his people, he escaped. He decided to go south to Jinji. The Jinji fort was invincible. That means it was powerful. It was not an easy task for the Mughals to capture this fort. So it was not very easy that Mughals could just go and capture this fort. Rajaram Maharaj took his faithful Sardars like Prahlad Niraji, Khando Balal, Rupaji Bhonsle and managed to reach Jinji. So his few of his associates, his close associates, Rajaram Maharaj took with him. Next we will move to the next point, that is the movement of the Marathas. It was difficult to defend the Raigad fort against the might of the Mughals. It was very difficult for them. Okay, the Mughals captured Raigad in November 1689 and arrested Maharani Yeshubai and Shahu. While going to Jinji, Rajaram Maharaj had assigned the duty to fight against the Mughals to Ramchandra Pant Amatya, Shankarraji Narayan Sachiv, Santaji Gorpade and Dhanaji Jadhav. So these were the people who were seeing the fort of Raigad. From the Maratha point of view, the situation was critical. Okay, from Maratha's point of view, the situation was critical because they didn't have Shivaji Maharaj, they didn't have Sambhaji Maharaj, so it was a bit critical for them. Aurangzeb had entranced many Maratha soldiers. So what Aurangzeb was doing now, he wanted to take the Maratha soldiers with him to his side by giving them watans and jagir. So now what Aurangzeb did, he was giving them piece of lands so that they will come his sides. Rajaram Maharaj also used the same tactics to thwart the Mughals' plans. It was promised that if a Maratha Sardar captured Mughal territory, it would be given to him as a jagir. So, Rajaram Maharaj also used the same tactics of Aurangzeb. So, what he did, Rajaram Maharaj, he used the same tactics what Aurangzeb was doing. What he told the Mughal Sardars, that if you capture the Mughal territory, Rajaram Maharaj will give them also a piece of land. Due to this promise, many capable Maratha Sardars came forward. So they started coming with Rajaram Maharaj. Santaji and Dhanaji were at the forefront in these actions. So these were the two people, two associates of Rajaram Maharaj who came forward to fight against the Mughals. Santaji Ghorpade and Vithoji Chauhan even cut and carried away the golden pinnacle of the emperor's own tent in a surprise attack. Next we'll move to siege of Jinji. Once Raigad was captured, the emperor sent Zulfikar Khan to the south on the campaign of Jinji. He laid siege to the fort of Jinji. The Marathas defeated the fort bravely for nearly 8 years. So this fort of Jinji was nearly 8 years with the Marathas. The Mughal forces engaged in the siege were fiercely attacked from outside by Santaji and Dhanaji. Rajaram Maharaj escaped through the siege and returned to Maharaj. Later, Zulfikar Khan captured the fort of Jinji. The return of Rajaram Maharaj to Maharashtra gave a boost to the Maratha activity. So Marathas started attacking. The Marathas attacked the Mughal territories of Khandesh, Warhad and Baglan. Rajaram Maharaj inspired hundreds of brave Marathas warriors like Santaji and Dhanaji with his understanding. So the way Rajaram Maharaj used to fight, many of the Maratha soldiers or warriors got inspired with him. He motivated them to protect the Swaraj and thus performed a very valuable task. But even as all this was taking place, Rajaram Maharaj died on 2nd March 1700 on Sinhagad after a short period of illness. So here also we see that Rajaram Maharaj also dies because of certain illness. He was not well. Now next we'll see Maharani Tarabai. Now after the death of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, Aurangzeb thought that he had won the war against the Marathas. He was so happy, Aurangzeb, that he thought, now this war I will only win. The Mughals only will win. But it was not so. Aurangzeb was winning battle after battle, but he could not win the war. He was winning small battles, but he could not win this war against the Marathas. Maharani Tarabai, the capable wife of Rajaram Maharaj, came forward to lead the Swaraj movement in the extremely unfavorable circumstances. So after Rajaram Maharaj's death, Maharani Tarabai, that is his wife, she came forward to lead this Swaraj movement. After the death of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, Maharani Tarabai continued the Swaraj struggle bravely with the help of her Sardar. So with the help of the people, his associates, Maharani Tarabai was fighting. Maharani Tarabai fought for 7 years. So after the death of Rajaram Maharaj also, she fought for 7 years. She kept the Maratha kingdom strong. She took charge of the administration single-handedly and encouraged the Sardars to participate in the mission of Swaraj. So she was encouraging the the warriors or the Sardars that we should not give up. She was single-handedly, she was encouraging and she was administrating the Swaraj. Thus Maharani Tarabai kept up the legacy of valor inherited from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So just as Shivaji Maharaj, Sambhaji Maharaj and Rajaram Maharaj were fighting bravely, the same way Maharani Tarabai also was doing. Due to the forceful campaign of the Marathas, Aurangzeb was frustrated. He was frustrated. He was thinking that their side people are dying, but still they are not giving up. The Mughal Maratha fight had continued for 25 years. Still, the Mughals could not defeat the Marathas. In these circumstances, Emperor Aurangzeb died in 1707 CE at Ahmednagar. So, Aurangzeb tried a lot, he was frustrated. Then he also died in 1770 CE at Ahmednagar. The Maratha War of Independence ended with his death. So he only died, so this Maratha War of Independence ended. So therefore, the 18th century is known as the century of Maratha. So we see that from the Marathas, Shivaji Maharaj, Rajaram Maharaj, Sambhaji Maharaj died. But then too their wives took over. They did not let the Swaraj to go away like that only. Okay, so here we end with this chapter. We will learn the next chapter in the next video. Thank you for listening, children. Goodbye. Take care.